fellow animal people, and good morning to you from the Pet Place Radio Show. I'm Marie Hulett, and I'm really happy that you've tuned in today because I have some fabulous guests lined up for the program. First up, for everyone out there who likes little puffball dogs, Leesa Molina from Southern California Pomeranian Rescue plans to tug at your heartstrings with some tales from her organization. So stay right where you are, and we'll be right back in just a moment with a brand new edition of the Pet Place Radio Show here on Kmozart. I'm Marie Hulett, and joining me now from Southern California Pomeranian Rescue is CEO Leesa Molina. Good morning, Leesa. Welcome to the Pet Place.
Thank you, Marie. Good morning.
So you have a real wonderful organization called Southern California Pomeranian Rescue. It's kind of one of my favorite breeds because I have a little Pomeranian at home.
That's great. That's wonderful.
So tell me all about, what is Pomeranian Rescue?
Well, Southern California Pomeranian Rescue is a purposely small charity group of volunteers. We focus mainly on at-risk Pomeranians that are either in the shelter or in a home situation where the owner can no longer care for them. And we get them fixed up if they have medical problems, and we find homes for them.
Wow, that's wonderful. And how did you get into rescue to begin with?
Actually, it was just by awareness. When I became aware of the many beautiful, wonderful dogs that are in the shelters and how many of them were euthanized due to lack of homes available or participation in trying to find homes for them, I just felt I had to do something about it.
Wow.
And, I got involved with it, and, we're the caretakers of these little guys, and I felt I can't just watch this and think, wow, why is it happening? I had to get involved with it.
Oh, that is wonderful. And it is true. Once you see all the animals in shelters, you really just can't turn your back and walk away if you have even an ounce of compassion.
No, you can't. You see the little faces and they haunt you, and you've got to step in and you've got to do what you can do. You can't save them all, but every little bit that you do helps.
Absolutely. And why did you choose Pomeranians in particular?
Oh, well, Marie, you said that you had a Pomeranian. Once you know them and you see them, they're just adorable. They're little clowns, and they bring such joy to families. And you can take them places with you. They're little enough, but they're also have the attitude, the big dog attitude, where you can take them.
That's for sure.
And they're just fun, and they're just great little dogs, and I just fell in love with them.
Oh, that is so cool. Now, do you also rescue Pomeranian mixes? So if you see a dog that looks like it's obviously got some Pomeranian in them, do you go ahead and round those little guys up too?
Basically, if they're fluffy and their tail's on the back, we've got a lot of Pomeranian wannabes that end up in our shelter.
Oh, that's it's sad that they end up in the shelters because they're just adorable. I don't know how anyone who loses a dog wouldn't think to go looking at the shelter to find it, which is so often the case. I worked at the Orange County Animal Shelter for many, many years, and we'd get these beautiful dogs in of all breeds, and the owners would never come looking for them. And it just made no sense whatsoever.
It makes no sense to us either. And a lot of these dogs have microchips. A lot of them are already trained. Once we get them out and get them cleaned up, they're wonderful pets. And I'm thinking somebody's got to be missing this dog somewhere. Well, they've even got a lot of organizations now that just help you find your pet.
For the listeners out there, could you tell them what the difference is between a rescue organization like yours and a private or a governmental-run animal shelter?
Well, the main difference is on the government-run shelters, they are funded by tax dollars, and they also don't have a choice on how many animals they can take in.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody comes in with 20 dogs, they have to take them, whether they have room for them or not, and that's what really adds to the overcrowding and the high euthanasia rates. Now, on a private foundation like Southern California Pomeranian Rescue, we can be a little more discreet on what we take in, and we can also determine how we're going to treat the dogs. We don't have to put them to sleep because of no room, but we don't also have to take them in. So if we're full, we have that, decision to say, okay, we have enough, we can't take any more, we're sorry. We'll help you find a home, but, we can't have them in our shelter.
Okay.
And we also are, we have private donations that come in. We are not government funded.
Okay. Do you do special fundraisers?
We do. We do a lot of fundraisers. We've got Bella Pomeranian, who's the Pet Med star, and she makes Bella blankies for us and donates 100% of the proceeds to the rescue. And we also have a lot of wonderful foundations that support us. And we do bingo night with Hamburger Mary, which is kind of fun. We've just got a lot of things that we do to raise funds.
Wow, that sounds pretty cool. Do you have all of these events on your website?
We do. We've got everything on our website or our Facebook page.
Okay. And how would people find those?
Our domain, www.SouthernCaliforniaPomeranianRescue.org. Or for a simpler way, you can look up SoCalPomRescue.org.
Okay.
Both of those will redirect to our website. And we're also on Facebook under Southern California Pomeranian Rescue.
Excellent. I bet you have a lot of cute pictures.
We have wonderful pictures, and we've got a great group of people that are on our Facebook page, and they follow the dogs, and we get a lot of yays when they get placed, and we have a lot of wonderful people that support the dogs that come in, that help fund their surgeries, and it's really a great community of people, and our adoption events have turned into big parties, you know. People that have adopted Poms, they come in and they want to, say, hey, look at how Sadie's doing. And
that must be really nice to see what happens after you've placed them, to see that they're happy and thriving.
Oh, yeah. We also do a fundraiser, Strut Your Mutt, with best friends, and it's so funny. It's like we're the stroller brigade. You see all these strollers. Oh, there's Pom Rescue.
Oh, no.
It's
and
really
the
fun.
Pomeranians probably enjoy every moment of riding around in a stroller, don't they?
Oh, they love it. Some of them have their summer dresses on. And
oh, no, dresses.
It's really fun. We just have so much fun with the dogs.
Oh gosh, well, little dogs are so fun because you can dress them up like that and do silly things that you can't do with a German Shepherd. At least,
I love the big dogs, but yeah, they look kind of silly with the bonnet on.
Hey, I understand you also work with a lot of special needs dogs and do a lot of senior rescue. Why is that?
Well, people that know our group, Southern California Pomeranian Rescue, know that we do take in the seniors and the special needs. And, the reason we do that is these are the true throwaway dogs. It's people, they can't afford to do the medical they need on the special needs, or they get, older and they want a young puppy, and so off to the shelter they go with this, this little senior dog. But, we have a motto with our rescue that no dog should die alone. And we go in and we try to take as many of them as we can, house properly.
Oh, that is so nice. But aren't they a lot more difficult to place?
Well, yes, those dogs most likely will not get out of the shelter unless a rescue group steps up for them.
Okay.
And we've been very lucky in that we have a wonderful group of people that do forever fostering.
Okay.
We get a senior in, and what we do is we place the dog in one of the homes, because there's certain people that just want seniors and special needs, because that's what they want to do for the dogs, and we cover the vet bills and the food if they need it, and they just provide a home and love, and the dog gets to live out its life, feeling, loved and cared for, and it's a really wonderful program, and we're just so blessed to have people that follow our organization, their time and homes to do this for us. So we couldn't do it without our volunteers. So we're very thankful.
Do you need more volunteers to work in the permanent foster situation?
The more fosters that we have that are willing to do a permanent foster situation, the more dogs that we can pull from the shelter.
Wow, and so they would probably visit your same website then to get information.
Yeah, they would visit our website, and we do. We have a great program. The dogs are usually, once we get them from the shelter, it's really funny. It'll be advertised as a 13-year-old Pomeranian, and we'll get the dog out, and it turns out to be probably 7 or 8. We might go in there thinking, okay, this is going to be a hospice situation, and it turns out to be, a young adult Pom that's just great, potty trained, happy, healthy. But we do get a lot of the ones that are actually seniors or hospice-type dogs, and yes, we are limited by the amount of fosters and funds that we get in. So, yes, any type of help in that area is always, always, always needed and appreciated.
Excellent. Well, I hope a lot of our listeners will decide that this is something they might be interested in doing. And you also do a lot of education at PomRescue too, don't you?
Well, we do. We try to. Well, with our owners that want to surrender their Poms, we always try to educate them on how to responsibly place their dog. You know, we teach them about what can happen when they put a free ad on Craigslist. You know, the dog could get into, you know, the wrong hands and end up in a worse situation.
Mm-hmm.
We also educate about what can happen at the shelters. You know, the shelters try to do the best they can, but a lot of these dogs are all in together in one cell because of the overcrowding. And
right.
Anyone who knows Pomeranians, they think that they're, you know, a German Shepherd. You know, and they'll go after these big dogs, and they end up getting hurt in the shelter.
That is so true.
Yeah, the toy dogs, unless they're, you know, separated, they usually end up missing an eye, and I hate to say that. But we've had several of them come in that were injured in the shelter. And, again, it's no fault of the shelter. They're doing the best they can. But, you know, we just try to educate people that, you know, what we can do is maybe hire a trainer if it's a training problem, or...
And try and encourage them to keep the pet and work with the problem. Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll let them know about organizations that can help them. If it's a medical problem, there's a lot of great foundations out there that will help subsidize the payments on that.
Absolutely. Oh, it's so nice that you're doing that. I bet you have some great stories, too. What's your absolute favorite rescue story?
Well, gee, because we deal with so many seniors and special needs, I've had a lot of them, but one that really stands out is we got a phone call about a little dog that, you know, his time was up in the shelter, and time up means that they're at risk of possibly being euthanized. And he had been in some type of an accident where his whole right side, you know, his leg, couldn't use his leg, his eye was swollen shut, teeth were missing, he was just in horrible condition.
Wow.
We went and picked him up, and we went on a pledge campaign, and we got funds. I think the whole vet bill was around $3,000, maybe more. We covered that. He had a long recovery. We had an absolutely fantastic surgeon who did a wonderful job. And one of the ladies that donated to get him his medical care fell in love with him and wanted to adopt him. And so... You know, he turned out to be such a wonderful dog once he recovered from all of this, and she did adopt him.
Oh, what a great success story, yeah.
Yeah, and the home, I mean, anybody, I would want to be adopted by this woman. I mean, she's fabulous, and just to see the pictures she sends of this little dog that almost didn't make it, you know, it just makes us remember why we're in this, you know.
Absolutely.
When we see these, and we call our happy tales, furry tales.
Okay. That's great. Leesa, it is so wonderful that you're able to do what you do, and I wish you continued success with what you're doing with Pomeranians. So thanks for stopping by the Pet Place today.
Oh, thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Oh, very good. Well, we need to take a quick break now, but don't go away.
Fuzzy butt.